when I tell you I have been waiting for this backstory since like this new arc began, you guys know if you've seen the rest of the videos, I think those two characters and that story is going to be such an emotional gut punch in this arc. Oda, I have nothing but faith. I think you are going to pull off this backstory of these characters that I didn't even know I wanted until you started telling it. Chapter 1074, Luffy is out of breath because he was looking for Dr. Vegapunk and Bonney, and he even like broke his boots. And he was like, I can't afford, don't tell anybody that I broke my boots because I've been running around all crazy. Also, let me tell you, Zoro's new outfit, I really like it. You know, they always get new outfits when they go to islands. That outfit, A+. I'm really loving that outfit. And there was even like really good comedic moments because Zoro's like gonna go with everybody to find him, and they're like, whoa, you're coming? You know what? You might as well just stay here, because Sanji even says like, hey, if you go, we gotta have to send somebody to search for you because you're gonna be lost. But in all reality, I think that this chapter hinges and delivers on the Bonney Kuma. And I'm serious. I think that Oda is going to pull off this backstory, and I think it's going to be one of the best backstories in One Piece. I truthfully believe that, because the little bit that we get. So the last time we saw Bonney, she went into Kuma's memories, and we see her, and the way it's drawn too is very dreamlike. We see her looking in on a young Kuma, and he's crying, and he's like, I don't want to go back. If I go back, I'm gonna die. And we see these people beat the crap out of him, and she kind of gets thrown out of those memories because she said her willpower and her constitution was not strong enough. And then it goes to Kuma like climbing this mountain getting shot at. But then she goes, I have to go there. I have to be strong enough. I have to see what my father wanted me to see. And she's going back into his memories. I believe the next chapter is going to be a full-on Bonney and Kuma lore backstory dump. I really do believe that's what the next chapter is, or at least that's what I hope it is. Actually, I should say that I'm no future. You know, I can't tell the future, but I really do hope that at least in the next 5 chapters we do get that backstory lore dump that Oda has done before. Because the thing that I think sets One Piece apart, and this might be a longer like topic for a different video, but I think what sets One Piece apart and what makes it so great is that if you spend the time to get invested into this story, Oda has now built the capability of making you care about characters, because you got to think about it. There are some people, and I think it's even some people that maybe watch these videos that have been with these characters for 15, 20 years. And with that, and I know like Bonney has kind of been around for a while, and Kuma has been around for a while. They haven't been around since the beginning, but they have been around for a good long time. So you have people that have read about Kuma when the nothing happened stuff happened. Well, actually, technically nothing happened. You get it? You see what I did there? And then when the worst generation and Bonney was introduced, that was years ago at this point. And I feel like when you have that longevity with those characters, something like this, and let me know in the comments down below, because again, like if you watch any of my videos, you know it's only been about a year and a half of me reading One Piece. I don't have that knowledge, and I don't have that time invested in the series like a lot of people have. But even for me, I'm like, this is such good storytelling. And so I can only imagine what people that have that longevity are actually thinking when they are learning all of this information about Kuma specifically, because he has been a character that has been around for so long. Not only that, 50 Kumas are assigned to protect Vegapunk and Luffy and get them off the island. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? We have seen the abilities of like 150. Oh, whoever's coming against Vegapunk and Luffy. It's gonna be rough for you. It is going to be rough for you. But I really cannot get over the excitement that I'm feeling of of what's coming with Kuma and Bonnie's story and character. I know I've repeated myself a ton in this video, but like this chapter really drew me into that. And like, where's he running from? You know, what's going on? There's so many questions. How is Bonnie and her dad's relationship going to change now once she finds out about this information? And I think that is one of the most interesting questions Oda is posing right now in One Piece to me. Let me know, you know, what you think down below in the comments. Like, what do you think the most interesting story beat right now in the Vegapunk Egghead Island arc is in One Piece? I would love to. Again, one of my favorite things, one of my favorite parts about doing these videos is talking with you guys in the comments. So I absolutely welcome all conversation and discourse. I think that's the most fun. You guys make reading One Piece fun for me. And I'm just glad that you've stuck around and you seem to be enjoying my journey through the Grand Line. But that is not all. And there is an exciting thing happening. The last few panels of this chapter, we see Morgan, Warple, and Vivi. Because apparently Warple and Vivi were like saved or brought in or like housed by Morgan. And Morgan is trying to spin the story of that basically Luffy has kidnapped Vegapunk because he got word that the government is planning to assassinate Vegapunk. And he's trying to spin it because he's like, he's kind of getting full of himself, to be honest. Like, hey, you remember him? Like he's a little full of himself, you know? But he says, you know, my news can shape the world. And that's the story that he wants to project out there in the world. And Vivi's like, Luffy would never do that. Let me tell you. I have said this. Vivi is one of those characters, I think for a lot of One Piece fans, that when you see her and you see that she's going to be a part of a One Piece story regardless, you get excited. Because nothing can ever, in my opinion, if we go by arc side characters, like Vivi is the closest thing. Yamato got pretty close, I think, too. But Vivi is that character that you always kind of wish had joined the Straw Hats. At least I do. So anytime she gets brought back into the story, I am so for and I am so excited about. And that is how we end chapter 1074, is her and Morgan talking. And him talking about how Luffy is on Egghead Island and he is going to twist what is going on there and have Luffy kidnap Dr. Vegapunk. Because what Oda is even trying to get into, right, is kind of that the government is going to take out this very popular, genius, beloved person. And to be honest, everyone's scared of the world government. So he can't do the news of, you know, the world government's going to, you know, take out this guy. So he's spinning it that Luffy has now kidnapped him. And that opens up some possibilities, right? That opens up, if they run with that story and the news gets out, how are people that are not on Egghead Island that know Luffy, how are they going to react to this news that Luffy has kidnapped? I believe that Luffy has instilled himself enough in the people around, you know, the world of One Piece that they're going to be exactly like Vivi. Luffy would never do that. What is going on? This is a lie, right? You know, I don't think people that actually know him will legitimately believe he has kidnapped this person. But I don't know. Overall, I really enjoyed this chapter. I always enjoy the chapters of One Piece. I am just so glad that we got even a little taste of, you know, I'll say it again that I've repeated this entire video, Bonney and Kuma. I think that backstory is going to be a tearjerker of a backstory. He is laying the groundworks that when he dumps the lore chapter for that, I'm going to be sitting here, tears in my face, you know, just bawling, because it has been set up so well in this arc. But let me know your favorite part of the chapter. Let's talk in the comments down below. And as always, especially those that have made it to the end of the video, it means the world to me. I thank you guys. Thanks for always hanging out with me. Thanks for enjoying my ramblings about One Piece. I love doing it. I love making these videos. So just truthfully, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it and thank you. And if you're having a bad day, I hope it gets better. And if you're having a good day, I hope it becomes fantastic, like One Piece. I'll see you next time.